guys and gals, Bob Sellers here. It is the opening day of muzzleloader season here in Alabama 2024. It's Monday, November the 18th. My sweet wife has a birthday tomorrow. It's warm. I mean, it's balmy. I will probably be swatting mosquitoes today. I can't stand deer hunting when it's like that. But we've got a front moving in and expecting rain a little bit later on, actually, just in a few hours. So these deer ought to be moving this evening. It's pretty late. It's about 3:30 or so, I guess. So I'm going to get back here in a good southeast wind field and sit till about dark. See if we can't get to squeeze on a big doe or something with the old smoke pole. You saw my video on it recently. Lots of fun. I've never taken a deer with a black powder before or with a muzzle loader. So that's the goal. Y'all stick around. Let's see what happens. This field didn't do real good back here. But it's come up enough. They're eating it, I can tell. It was just so dry when we planted. It is warm. It's muggy, very humid. Got this window open, I need to have it shut. It makes it hot in here. I literally just put that corn out. I don't know how crows and raccoons can find it, but they sure do. Well, folks, it wasn't happening today, but we will try again later. Good Lord willing. Y'all stick around. Down to the chimney with good Saint Nick. Here we are, folks. It's day 2, sit 2 of 2024 muzzle loading season here in Alabama. We had, I don't know how many inches of rain last night, but it is still, it's got to be close to 80 degrees and 100% humidity. It feels like a sauna out here, just walking 100 yards to my stand here. But hey, today's my wife's birthday. Happy birthday to my sweet wife, Kansas. Got some people coming over tonight. I'm in plain clothes. It's 100 degrees. This will be the day that I get a shot at a deer, probably. Oh, and I forgot my tripod. So if I do, I'll probably be trying to hold the phone and shoot at the same time. If that happens, maybe it won't make me miss. I'm sitting in my number 1 field today. We call this number 1. It's up on a ridge. It's a bedding area across the dirt road, down below it, and another bedding area, feeding area to the right. So, been some pretty good deer kill. I've killed a pretty good 8-point in here a couple years ago. Good place, good field. We'll see. Y'all, I have decided to move. It is just too hot in that little blind. It's actually an old steel tripod frame that's been bent around the top, and years ago my dad wrapped it with this some type of waterproof back camouflage material, and it's lasted a long time. It's really neat, but that vinyl outside. Not a bit of wind stirring. It was, I'm sitting there dripping sweat. I can't stand that. I'm going across the road. This shooting house is a little bit more open. The wind won't be quite as good there, but there's a feeder in that field. And although I haven't had a camera on it lately to know what's been going on in the evenings, you can't ever tell anyway. I feel a little bit better about my chances. Because the way the wind is blowing is pretty much totally opposite from where the deer come into that field. So I think we'll be fine. So let's go to spot number 2 for the evening. Y'all check out this old blind. It's pretty neat. I like it. As you look out here with me, our wind is blowing right to left. Those deer normally come in either right here or down there to the right of that feeder. We want them to be at the feeder or closer. You can have some long shots in this field. So we're not going to be trying that with this muzzleloader. Let me see how far it is to that feeder. Rangefinder says 80 yards to the feeder, so that'd be just right. That's what I'm hoping for. Maybe something good shooter will come out and hang around that feeder. That'd be perfect. Really just an ideal shot for this muzzleloader. We probably got an hour left to dark, so let's see what happens. Well, it's Wednesday morning of this week of muzzleloading season that started Monday. The weather has finally turned off cool. We got, I guess, about 4 inches of rain over the past few days. And it was close to 80 degrees, very humid. I sat both evenings, but I didn't have any faith in it at all. Today felt a lot better. I was seeing deer this morning on just about every game camera I've got. And sure enough, kind of the worst scenario that can happen, at least in my opinion. There were deer in this field when I got here. And they spooked. Oh, I know one was a big doe. She blew when she left. Not real bad, just one little huff and they were gone because they were totally upwind of me. But they saw enough movement when I was walking in to get spooked. And it was barely light enough to see. So they were in here before daylight. It's early. It's a little after 6. So I'll sit and hope they'll come back around. I doubt it, but maybe, if not those, some others. Stay tuned. Well, we're at another spot. Didn't ever see anything else this morning. I sat till 10:30 and came out and went to the house and did a few things and had a bite to eat. And now it's a little after 2 and I'm back at it. I'm in what I've come to call our Taj Mahal. This is our biggest, roomiest, tallest shooting house. Hey, I put some windows in here this summer. Let me show y'all. I actually put these in almost all of our shooting houses. I've got one or two that I lack, but these are really cool. Check this out. It's a north wind blowing today, but it didn't affect me this morning, and it won't affect me now because of this right here. Got that idea hunting with my buddy, Coach Bob McCoo, son-in-law. Their place was like that. This field's looking pretty good, finally. Looks a lot better than it did just a couple weeks ago. We've had a bunch of rain. Probably gonna get some frost on it. That'll cut it back just a little bit over the next few nights, but greening up pretty good. Cold wind blows. Just close the window. Christmas cake a day keeps the doctor away. Hey folks, we're winding down muzzle loading season here in the great state of Alabama. I've actually never taken a deer with my muzzle loader. I'm hoping that's going to change today. These deer ought to be moving this evening. I'll show you what we're going to be using here. This is my old CVA Apollo muzzle loader. I guess that's technically an inline muzzle loader. Now notice it's the old style. You actually have to put the number 11 percussion cap on there and all that. It's not like these new ones that have a break barrel and you can put everything in except the bullet back at the breech. So it's kind of old school here, except for the scope, of course. They just legalized scopes on them in Alabama a few years ago. I hunted with it last year and missed a deer, but so I'm trying to notch this old gun, old Smoky here, with my first deer. Hey, y'all come with me and let's see if we can't get it done today. Folks, we're on our way to our, what is this, our 5th or 6th sit of this week. This wind is absolutely insane. So far, I've been everywhere that the deer aren't. The deer have been everywhere that I wasn't. I don't know how, but I think they sent out a memo telling everybody where I am. My cameras have just been going off left and right with deer everywhere except where I am. I'm yet to see a deer. I'm yet to see a deer. That is going to change today. Got to keep the faith. Got to keep the faith. We're heading out to our number 3 field, and hopefully we'll have some action. There's been a lot of action in this field in the evenings. Earlier this week, like last night, night before last. We'll see if that translates into action today. Well, here we are, seated in number 3, in a number 3 field. I'll show you all that field. It's looking good. Had a frost hit them last night. That's going to settle back a little bit. We got, I think, a heavier freeze warning coming in tonight, but glad to have some cold weather. Thankful to have had some rain bringing in. Oh, by the way, I tell you, the work that I put in this summer when it was 100 degrees sure is paying off right now. This wind is blowing like crazy out here. Got nice windows on all of the openings and really making it nice in this wind. In fact, with this wind going crazy like it is, I'm just going to keep all these windows shut and try my best to keep my scent contained here in the shooting house. But they called for northwest wind this afternoon. I've gotten in stand early today. It's just a little after 1 o'clock, but the wind is blowing like it is now, just crazy. It's literally blowing everywhere. So I wanted to get here and get situated and be here for when the wind lays, and hopefully those deer are going to start moving when it does that. And here's our number 3 field. I just ranged that feeder right there. It is 90 yards, 89 to be exact. It'd be a good shot with my muzzleloader. That white oak tree in the far end of this field is 132 yards. That's what we've been after. That felt like a pretty good shot. It was a good squeeze, but I kind of had a delay between the primer and the main powder igniting. Kind of threw me off a bit. All right, see if we can find anything. Let's see here. Okay. Here's the ground tore up right here. Okay, here's some blood. Here's some blood. She was standing right there towards the ground up. There's a piece of meat right there. Some sort. See if I can pick up a decent blood trail here. I see it, y'all. My first muzzleloading deer. I'm so pumped. There she is. Look at that. Pretty old doe. Just where I was aiming.
Now
awesome.
that I'm all grown, I've traveled near and traveled far. I've seen a whole lot of this world by bus, airplane, or car. But there's no place I'd rather be than with a gun or fishing rod. When I'm not on the road out singing praises to my God. Yeah, from an early age I've been roaming these woods. I'd fish that little creek behind our old neighborhoods. When I early came in late, just in time for Mama's dinner. Well, I guess you might say I fell
Oh man, we got us a nice doe, y'all. I'm as excited over that old gal as I would be a 10-point buck, I think. Been trying to get one of my muzzleloader for a long time. Finally got a doe on the ground, headed to the processor. Got to go pick her up. Man, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Let's go get her. Mission accomplished. Wasn't easy getting her in, but there she is. Out of breath. I got to get her straight to the processor. Hey folks, I appreciate you sticking with me this 2024 muzzleloader season. Hope you've enjoyed this excitement as much as I have bringing it to you. If you have, about clicking that thumbs up to like this video, and I hope you'll consider subscribing to our channel. Just know wherever you are, God loves you. So does this old singing, hunting fisherman. Until next time, I'll catch you later. God bless y'all. Bye-bye.